Hey, welcome back to another Coolsday video. I know I haven't been posting in over a month. That's due to schoolwork and stuff like that, but I promise you I will be trying to get back uploads as soon as possible. I'm very sorry for the delay, but without further ado, let's get into the Star Wars Black Series AT-AT driver. Now, from the packaging, we got the Star Wars The Black Series logo. We got some cover art. Side it says 31 AT-AT driver. And if you think it's pronounced at, please do not get mad at me. If you think it's pronounced at, okay, cool. I think it's pronounced AT-AT. But if you don't agree with me, just please forgive me, okay? Here it says 31, bigger cover art, and it says AT-AT driver. The Emperor's combat drivers are trained to handle everything in the Imperial ground arsenal. But AT-AT drivers see themselves as elite, controlling their massive four-footed assault vehicles in combat against rebel targets. So, here he is. He has his E11. No, not E11. Is it E11? Yeah, it's E11. If I get that wrong, please correct me by I don't know, thumbsing down, and then I'll know if I did it wrong or you just really hate my videos. So his E11 blast rifle, of course him. Now let's get him opened. And by the way, on the top there's like a little viewport. You can see it. Let's get him out. And here he is. AT-AT Whopper. Pilot. Or driver. Whatever you want. A pilot or a driver. I guess we can call it both. And here he is out of the box. It's a pretty cool fig. We're going to get on to his details later, but first let's start out with his E11, just for, hope. You see my face there? It's okay. Now here's the E11 blaster. Focus on that. Please do focus. Focus, please. No. If I can never get it to focus. It's so hard getting it to focus. Especially with an iPad. That's the best we're going to do. Has some silver polishing. I wish it had a silver dry brush over it to make it look all battle worn stuff, not like he just got it from the dry cleaners. But yeah, that's him holding his E11. And he has two hands, a blaster hand, and I guess you could say a clutch hand, like he's grabbing something. Or a fist hand. It could be another blasting hand. But here he is. Let's get started on his helmet details. So on his helmet, please focus. Oh my god, please focus. Focus. It's gonna have to do, I'm sorry. He has the Imperial logo on both sides of his helmet. A black fin right there. On the side, he has some detail printing on here. On the back, he has his like respirators that go into his chest. I don't know what this is. By the way, his chest, like his respirator thing, it is glued onto his chest, I believe. And I'm afraid to break it off and never being able to put it back. So yeah, that's the helmet. Now let's move on down to his chest. He has a regular plated armor with a little tiny port in the back. I don't know what it's used for. With this, I guess you could say it's his respirator. He has this pad, both sides. On this one, he doesn't have like a comm link, but this one he does. I don't know what it is. He has some pads for like ammo down here, and he has some boots. Now let's get on to articulation. Actually, these straps remind me of the X-Wing pilot Luke and Bosk because of their action figure. So his head with these little tiny things, they're not rubber, so to say, like a hard plastic, but it's flexible, hollow tube. He can move his head about right to there. So 180 degrees left to right. His arms can go up, but here's the problem. His shoulder pad is like not the hard plastic. If it were hard plastic, you wouldn't be able to move his arm up. But luckily, it's one of those. It's just rubber. So you can kind of get it up, but it's going to flex the armor too much, and that's all it can get there. But for this, you can swivel it around all the way. There we go. You can turn up the arm. And then at the hand, the wrist does not move. I mean, this part does not move, but the hand does. It can go 360. Same thing for the other. The torso moves at the top right here, so you can have him moving over to the side, or see, the side, doing something like looking left if you want him to. Here is his can go like this, but it's restrained by this. Same thing on the other side. You can twist. Next is right here. You can swivel that, yeah. But I'm sure you could swivel that 360 because it's not getting in the way of those. But yeah, you can't stretch them out all the way because of that. Right here at the kneecap, it has your average bend for a figure. Doesn't go, it can go up to this. Sorry, it keeps on sliding down. Great. The boot itself, like the top of the boot, does not move, but the foot does. It can go back like that for a running pose. Or it can go forward for another running pose. And of course, it can swivel all the way around. So yeah, that's it for articulation. But let's do a comparison real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna just simply put him down. I'm sorry for the wait. I'm going to compare him to the TIE Fighter pilot. Now, this is the old TIE Fighter pilot. So there's a size comparison. He's bigger than him. But it's the same helmet patterns. See? Two Imperial logos. A colored fin. His respirator compared to that is different. Different sculpt though. On the sides, it's different. Luckily, he doesn't have any armor on the sides. His arms are like one of those sleeved arms. He has pretty much the same. The articulation is overall the same. He has no belts. And he has no, like, one of those, he has none of, like, these stringy things to hold him. But, yeah, that is the comparison between the TIE Fighter pilot, not the new one, but the old one, compared to the AT-AT driver. Now, if you do remember from a couple of Coolsday videos ago, I went to a mall and I found the carded version of this, but I believe it's a different model. I should have done that for the comparison, but now it would take me too long to go get it. But yeah, you get the overall idea. Some things. Now I'm going to do pros and cons. Pros to this is it has good articulation around the main body. Like the head, you're not really going to have your stormtrooper or your AT-AT driver looking with his head backwards. So I don't care about it not turning 360 and only 160 about to right here where the shoulder pad is. I like the detail, really love it. And also, the final pro is I just love AT-AT drivers. I just love Star Wars The Black Series. They're great figures. Now the cons. I have 3 cons. One is that horrible bend at the shoulder pad. Look. If you didn't see it, here's a close-up. You see that? It's rubber, and it bends the rubber. So you can only do that. You cannot have him, like, pointing off to the side with his gun because, well, he can't. He physically can't. This poor guy, forced to live out his driving days without moving his arm upwards left. Or right on the other side, same story, same rubber material, same issues. The other con I have with this is that it's kind of sad to me that, well, they didn't do much work on the pants. If you were to add, like, I would have loved if they were to add, like, a holster so that your AT-AT driver, him, at driver, I don't care what you call it, so that how is he supposed to, what, is he going to put his E11 on the dashboard of the AT-AT or at, whatever you want to call it? That's a big problem. There's no holster. Even the TIE Fighter pilot has a holster for his gun or E11 blaster. I don't care at this point. Yeah. Another con I have with this this is the last con. I had 3 pros, and now it's going to be 3 cons. Now, this. See the comparison? Remember? Look at that colored fin on the side of his helmet. On the big lump in his helmet right there. On the little ridge on his helmet. Looks same, right? Same shape. Now look at the 2 imperial markings on both sides. I know, like, in the films, they actually used recolored TIE fighter pilot armor. But still, I wish they would add some more, I don't know if this is a word, but like uniqueness. I know it's not a word, but I want it to be more unique. Sure, they changed up the model for like the respirator thing. They put it in the different places up here, but still, he doesn't really feel that unique. So yeah, those are my pros and cons on the AT pilot. And like always, wash your hands, stay safe equals peace.